started selling real estate back in 1989. There was about 6 months of a good market and then it crashed. I was married, I had a baby on the way, and I was broke and I was scared to death. And I wanted to make sure that I fulfilled my obligations to support my family, so I worked my butt off to survive in a very tough market. In Fusion, the idea, my focus was to help the real estate agent. There are a tremendous amount of real estate agents who could have successful businesses, but because the way the industry is set up, they never develop a long-term successful business. They go through peaks and valleys. They have some good months, they have some bad months, but ultimately they end up going away because the stress of living and dying with each deal, doing things that are inconsistent with what their value systems are, where they're trying to sell people a house just so that they can get a commission, ultimately doesn't feel good.
It's not someone's dream, it's a transaction. It's all about the paperwork. That's the last year before I came to Fusion. And there was something that I just wasn't happy. I wasn't happy at that other company. I had an office and I was going to the office every day, but I never felt connected. I came to Fusion pretty much as a last resort.
She had given up. She shared this with me. She had given up. She's walking away from the business.
I called James one time and I was in tears.
And when she met with James,
he just listened and coached me and told me what I needed to do. And
Lourdes has had to work hard for it and put in her time, but she received the proper coaching. She received the guidance. She received that mentorship. She received that intimate personal touch to say, I care about you. I know you can succeed. You have that in you, but here's it's going to cost you something. Here's what you have to do.
He said, you need to be willing to do the work. Are you willing to do it? And
she did that. And the evidence of that is who she is today. Today, she's a successful real estate agent with Fusion Real Estate Network.
So I'm lucky to know him.
Pretty exciting. And that says quite a bit, not only about Fusion, but about James.
The Fusion vision starts with the implementation of a daily business plan. Just like any successful business, you have to know the who's, the what's, the why's, the how's, of where your business is going to come from, how to attract more business, how to sustain business long term. So it all starts with building the business plan to begin with.
I personally have been a realtor for 8 years now, but really no business plan.
Or once I started working on the business plan, I started noticing I had more closings, I had more escrows, and obviously I have more money.
He created a business plan for us.
What James is really doing for both John and I, and this is what we've needed, is that he's really making us look at our business as a business.
Once again, it's more organized and structured. And when we see the beauty of it, it's less stressful and it really works.
You can be successful today, but if you don't prepare for tomorrow and what your business could look like, then you could have worked hard for 20, 25, 30 years and done well, but after that, if there's no income source, you really walked away from a business that was only a temporary thing versus something that could really provide for you for the rest of your life.
So as an agent, you get up in the morning and you'll have this checklist and you'll go through it, and the goal is to get through it as thoroughly and as quickly as you can in order to free up more time later in the day for you to do family activities or things that you like to do, but you can still pat yourself on the back at the end of the day, whether it's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon or whether it might be 6 o'clock in the evening, and say that you did all I could do today to help my business grow. Most agents get up in the morning and have no idea what they're going to do that day to help generate business.
So when I woke up, I knew exactly what I needed to be doing. Whereas Without that structure, I would get to the office or get up and get in front of the computer and be like, okay, what should I be doing? I know I need business, but I don't know what specifically to do to get business.
It's the process that will get the results. And so focusing on the results is a waste of time. And the point system keeps you focused on the process.
And it shows. When you aren't focused, okay, then you have these roller coaster type of dips. And what we're trying to do is just get more consistency. And what the point system and the point sheet have done is it gives us consistency. And we don't have these big, we close a couple deals and then we don't have a deal closed for 3 months. And then we had closed 3 deals and we don't have closed, It's just a nice, smooth, and kind of going like this. And that's what we want to do. We want to position ourselves for the future.
Whether you're working with a buyer or working with someone who's going to sell their home, James has really refined a process to manage both situations that will guide you through in a very methodical, deliberate way on how to manage your client, manage your situation so that you're the most efficient as possible, but also give your customers, your clients, the best customer service as possible.
And it's about focusing on the process, not on the results. Because if you work the process, the results will come. 100% of the time, it will come.
The marketing is tremendous, the marketing department. All the tools that we have available to our agents in the marketing department no other company has that type of one-on-one marketing with the low cost.
I just make sure my database is up to date. I add new people in on a regular basis. They say, hey, we're going to send this out. Does this look good to you? Do you like this? Do you want us to make any changes? And I say, it's great, send it, and I don't have to worry about it. And the next thing I know, I start getting phone calls from people I haven't heard from in a while, and usually it's always associated with a mail out.
The commission structure we have set up for agents with the different varieties of commission structure is usually significantly better for them immediately.
With the split that we have with Fusion versus the split that we had with Keller Williams, I won't go into details, but it was significant.
Before we met with James, we actually met with other big companies. With Fusion, it was a no-brainer. What James had offered us was something that the other companies could not offer.
We should have looked at the numbers a long time ago.
I am willing to go to work, and I'm willing to have my organization invest in anybody who truly wants to improve their business, has a work ethic, and wants to treat their clients well. And that's it.
Everything I've learned in this industry has come from James, and the one thing I tell people if they're new or if they have doubts about James is if he tells you what to do and you do it, you're going to be successful.
Fusion has made the difference in my life, in my sanity.
If it's a better business decision for you and your family, for you to make the change, why aren't you changing?
They have a phenomenal support staff.
And one of the things that I really like about Fusion is that what they promise, what they say, what they'll do, they actually carry through. And that makes the difference.
I tell them, I go give James Becker a call. That's what I would do. Give him a call.
Just make the call. What do you have to lose? It's not hard to make a phone call. So if you're even thinking about it, you should do yourself a service and make a phone call.
It's one of those decisions that the only regret you're going to have is that you didn't make the decision sooner.
This company allows me to be real.
You have to find that breakthrough. And I believe that for us, that breakthrough has been Fusion. to take us to the next level.
I'm Louis Schutte.
Lourdes Mendoza.
Austin Najera.
My name is John Lanting.
Hi, I'm Chris Evers.
My name is Allison Novak.
My name is Tomas Garcia, and I'm a real estate agent with Fusion Real Estate Network.